we're going to work on a dice bag. So we'll wait a few minutes as people start pouring in, but essentially, hopefully we have sound. It says we have sound. We have video. Let's see here, double check the video. Frank is alive and well. Put him over here. All right. We're gonna have to share the stream here in a second. Anytime, Facebook, whenever you're ready. I've had a fun-filled day of back-end website work. Let's just go to the page, see if it's there. All right. No. Facebook has been a bit of a headache lately. Come on, fingers. Type what I want. There we go. Alright, am I on the right? No, I'm not. Let's go there. Okay. So, alright. Let's get... Sean White has shared your stream. Good. Let's get our workspace a little more defined. There. Alright, so we're working on this dice bag. Or something like that. Whatever this ends up being. What we're doing, what I did, if you watch the previous episode, you'll see that I took off a lot of material unnecessarily, and now I'm putting it all back. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it back. It was completely avoidable. It really was. That's fine. Whatever we got to do to make this look right. Then we got to go back around, make sure everything matches up. And then we'll start working on the top, getting it to close up, and hopefully it will look something like a dice bag. This was an attempt at a coif, but I did not order enough rings, and the next time I ordered square wire rings from the Ring Lord, they were completely different. So that has since made me a little gun shy. Okay, I was having a lot of problems with consistency in a lot of the rings, right? I don't know if that's improved. It seems to have changed, but for example, I had some 20 gauge 1/8 titanium rings, and they could not hold their anodization, right? So every time you opened up the ring, a blanched spot would appear in the ring, which happens with, you know, some anodized rings. There was just no way for me to be sure that I would get the high quality rings that I needed. And then with one of my inlays, a bunch of the colors, I ordered yellow and gold, or gold and green and silver. And silver's just regular aluminum, the brightened aluminum, and that wasn't a problem. but the green and the gold did not match. And it took someone else pointing this out on a different inlay completely, right? And then I actually put that project to the side. It's one of the projects I have sitting next to me that we're going to work on this stream after we get these next two dice bags out of the way. And hopefully we'll finish it up, because I just said screw it, I'm never going to. I had ordered multiple I had made, hi Peg, how you doing? I had made multiple orders of the gold and green rings, and none of them matched, and so I was getting very frustrated, and I stopped working on that project for many years. But I've got all the rings I need to finish it. They're the right color, they're just not the right shade, so I will be finishing it up, and all the colors will be as mismatched as they are, but it'll be a finished piece, and I'll hang it up on my wall and call it a day. So I just had a lot of inconsistency in ring colors and quality. And so that is why this is no longer an attempt at a coif. It is becoming a dice bag, because I'm not going to try and match these rings with something else. Yes, for finishing projects. You smacked yourself in the face with poi tonight, but no blood, so you're doing good? Oh, I hope you're okay. Come on. Right. I hope you're having fun with that. Aside from smacking yourself in the face. Did the poi cauterize on impact? I think she's fireless right now. Unless she's graduated and started doing something real exciting. You're a glutton for punishment? Eh, you know, whatever makes the day go by. I am too, apparently. I'm trying my darndest to get MailleWerX up and running efficiently and being productive. And it's been, see here, I think my first sale from the MailleWerX.com website was in 2017, 2019. No, maybe 2017. It's been quite a while that I've been working on this, and it's becoming quite a burden. So it's kind of time to see if it'll fly. And I hope it does, because I have put a lot of work into it so far. And I like what I've made. And I know there are other people out there similar to me who also like what I've made. So hopefully I can get some traction going, because otherwise, I mean, to be quite honest, right? If it doesn't start, if this website doesn't start making sales, I'm going to have to shut it down. You've made some flaming items. Your favorite was a flaming sword with a cup hilt to prevent accelerant from dripping into the handle. Last time you were playing with poi chains, Your roommate ended up launching his boy into a pine tree and caught top of it on fire. That sounds fun. A flaming sword. I think I went up too high on that one. Alright. So not all of these are in the right place. This is kind of just to give me an idea. I will fix it as I go along. But yeah, so... And of course, you know, there are some new products coming to the store, and there are some new designs coming as well. Come on. So it's not, you know, I'm not totally giving up on it yet, but I've got to get it working, because otherwise it's too much of a financial burden to maintain. So hopefully it works. I've got a lot of ideas for new designs, a lot of suggestions for designs. I can't always make what people want. And I have hundreds of weaves that I have yet to even try designing, so... would I continue the mail streaming? Yeah, probably. I mean... it's... a chainmail stream is kind of a standalone thing. So... wear hat to you on Etsy. Very little outgoing financials, don't make a lot of sales, but enough to keep the shop self-sufficient. I have huge issues with Etsy and how they run their stuff. I'm going to be on there again. I had a shop on there, and then I just didn't re-list all the items. Because there was some stuff that I didn't understand, and so the way their price works, I was paying, because I didn't have my prices up high enough to cover what they take, right? And so yes, I'm definitely going to be back on Etsy here hopefully pretty soon. Now that I'm able to get back down here and work on the store and get that stuff done, I will be back on there. But they straight up pissed me off when I first attempted to use them, but that was my fault. That's not necessarily their fault. So and my store could be minimally financial, right? It doesn't have to cost what it does. I would have to remove a bunch of the products that are currently on there. And come on. I could just run a Facebook page and, you know, do what I was doing before. Drive traffic to it, you know, organically. That's very doable. So, in the likelihood that it becomes too financially burdensome, right? I would most likely just do that. right? Leave the store up, remove what I needed to, and then go from there. It's probably not going anywhere. I'm just, it is a question in the back of my mind, is how long can I work on it without with a minimal return, right? So that's why it's awesome to have all of you guys here, because I do enjoy the support, and I know that the likes, shares, and reactions go a long way in helping spread the good word of Chainmail. So I do appreciate you all. And I tell you what, you guys, when the comment thread really gets running, these streams go by quick. Right? What time is it? It's already 9:15. I feel like I've just started. But, you know, only 45 minutes to go. You just applied for your state's League of Craftsmen to be juried in. Is that a show? Or is that like a certification? Saying you're being juried. Got a little yellow duck on your bench with my name on it? Sweet. I will pick it up as soon as I can. We did get what are they? The little genie in the bottle charms from Metalisa. Those came in today. Renee got some for her coworkers for Christmas or something. You're only here for the thirst trap? Great. Speaking of Renee, hey Kat, how you doing? That seems out of place. I wonder why it came up like that. That's this vid. Founded in 1932, the League of New Hampshire Craftsmen is one of the oldest, most prestigious craft organizations in the country. The league was formed during the years of the Depression to help New Hampshire craftspeople make a living through difficult financial times, through education, and by building an audience and market for the fine handmade craft. The league continues this mission today. Nice. That's cool. So you're looking for acceptance into this league? And they will provide you with an area to sell your stuff. The genie bottles are fantastic. They're very cool. It's one thing I love about Chainmail, right? It's like I've got my Chainmail shtick, right? I've done a couple of earrings that I thought were really cool. Bunch of different weaves I've tried. They're lots of fun. I have my favorite ones, and probably my most prominent thing that I like to do with Chainmail is to wrap stuff with it, like wine bottles and coffee cups. And so whenever someone comes up with some idea, some new way to use and utilize chainmail. I think it's super cool because I never would have thought of that, you know. They have a website. You can link me with amazing items of all types of art. Please do. So, how does it work, John? Do you submit the item to them and then they list it on their website? And then they take a cut of the proceeds? Because that's... I've done consignment. I've never been too happy with it. But something like that, where it's a known market and people actively support it, would be probably really beneficial to a lot of people. That should exist everywhere. Alright, so okay. So now we have all but one of these adding up. Right? This one has 4 across the top. And it's just an extra... It looks like it's just an extra row. That's an easy fix. Okay. I thought I had really screwed something up there, but no. You have no idea. You've been told by the last 4 pro jewelers you've talked to was to seek them out and show them your captured gems and go from there. Nice. Well, it sounds interesting. Definitely something worth exploring. Especially if you're looking to, you know, move product. Those captures are pretty nice. I do like the way you do them. I'm trying to think if I've ever captured something. I mean, I wrapped a Christmas ornament once, but that's not quite the same. Make all these even, and then we're gonna start sewing it up. You've been seeking a market for your welded silver, argentium captured topaz, and other stonework. Absolutely. And that's one of those things where, you know, okay, yes, you can get some really nice stuff at, like, say, a Renaissance festival, but that's not necessarily somewhere where I would go to buy silver and topaz. You know what I mean? So it's kind of need a niche market for that. I would think. I'm not an expert, but that's my guess. Someone might wear that to a Renaissance fair, but I don't know. I don't know. You got inspired by the practicing. Ah, so you started with glass marbles. Excuse me. You know what? Let's see here. I have a Cinespinner. That's kind of like a capture, right? Let's see if I can get That's about as close as I've come to capturing anything. And this is a Cinnabar original. These are all stainless square wire rings, except for the outer ring, which is like a 1.5 inch diameter ring. 1.25 inner diameter. Egg started with glass marbles as well. Wrapped, your first one was in the Whirlybird. Yeah. This is as close as I've come. And it wasn't like my original idea or anything, so it was so here. I think Mr. Hoffman was giving away kits for them. And I was watching his stream while he was doing so, and he sent me one. And I do so hope he gets a chance to come and stream some more soon. I think I saw something the other day about how between Zoom meetings from work and the time he spent working on the computer for work, he really was a bit burnt out on the idea of sitting in front of a computer, so you'd say it's a legit capture? Thank you. Your first was Euro 4-in-1, 6-in-1 edge to cup a ball on both sides. Nice. You know, okay, I made a pair of earrings once that had gray pearls in them. And I used some silver. I guess it's kind of a capture. That was a long time ago. I don't even have pictures of that. I don't even know where those are. But I did. I had some gray pearls. They were harvested, right? Like, they're not natural necessarily. They were grown in a clam on a farm, on a pearl farm. So you've never developed out your own capture. You're content to capture things based on other people's ideas. Your muses live for sculpture. Well, you're very talented at that. All right. Now we gotta seam all these up, make sure we do it the right way. Okay. Let's start here. Place particulate, then grown. Yeah, and harvested. Whatever John just said, that's what it was. Don't do that. I don't have a lot of room to work with. I believe that is what I was trying to do. Yeah, they put the little piece of sand in the clam, and then the clam makes a pearl for them. I mean, you know, technically it is from a clam, so it's not unnatural, but it's not like someone harvested it out of the ocean. Alright, is that correct? That looks correct. This way. Don't be shy. So what I'm doing is I'm going from a 45-degree seam into just regular European foreign one. Not really hard. But you do gotta make sure you do it right. There's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong. Mostly. Oh crap. Hooking other rings that you don't want in there. Ah, come here. Oh, oof. Okay, and so we'll do up these seams. And then I see what happened. We'll kind of get a gauge for the size of, again, I want that like that, the size of the dice bag and how many rings we have left over, because we want to use as many of these rings as we can, because the rest of them are gonna just sit in a container for the rest of their lives, because I don't have any purpose for them. So they'll go into the like odd miscellaneous box O-rings I have laying around here somewhere that they might be useful one day in a project, but I don't have enough of them to do anything with, and I can't get more of them, so. We're already, this is pretty small dice bag, but you know what? That's gonna be okay. That's all we have. And this will, how many projects have we done on stream so far? Good. Alright, I've done something wrong here. Uh-oh. I made gridlock. I don't know if you can see that there. Those rings are not supposed to do that. What did I do wrong? I screwed that one up good. Okay. Not supposed to go that way. Plastic dolphins and plastic engineer rings, the Raider flag, and a coffee mug or one you call, and a bottle. Yeah, okay. I think the coffee mug is still in the works. I don't know if I need more rings for it or what. Alright, let's see where I screwed up here. Everything was going so smoothly. I think I screwed up the seam. Alright, hang on. I have some extra rings in here for some reason. I don't know if they're supposed to be there or not, but we don't need them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4. At least 4 big projects. I don't think we've done really any small projects. I do have a bunch of those waiting. You've cut about 8,000 tenth of an inch 22 gauge rings. Ooh, dude. Alright. Did I just do it backwards? Because that... like, all the rings are facing the right way, so what the hell did I do? Maybe I had rings in there that didn't need to be in there, and that screwed me up. Alright, let's try this again. Goes in there just like that, wraps around. The bunny goes around the tree and down the hole, okay. I must have just had some extra rings in there and not realized it, because now it's going together just fine. And I would swear that I just, you know, did the exact same thing I did a minute ago, but clearly I didn't. Alright. Just thinking about rings that small makes your eyes cross. Yeah, I wouldn't even attempt it. That's another thing too, is like, I have every intention of, like, this is the only thing I'm going to be selling in any time in the future, right? Our bracelets like that, okay? I'm not, I'll do other big projects, you know, and smaller rings and stuff, but I've worked on some small stuff. Whenever the 24 gauge 1/16 you can get from TRL, right? And I don't want to challenge, you know, I want it to be fun, and I want it to be enjoyable, and I don't want to be going blind while I'm trying to do it. So smacking the camera around. Other people are, you know, I'm more than willing to get out of the way so that other people can claim the title of smallest chainmail ring ever, and whatever project they make out of it. Like, I'm not even gonna try. I had 2 extra rings on this one too, on this seam. That's okay. It's better now. Alright, it'll be nice to get this out of the way. This has just been sitting around for forever, right? And I kept ordering more rings and not getting the same shaped ring. Because they're square wire, but they have rounded edges. And I couldn't get that. I couldn't get a batch from TRL that matched. You know? You have 600 pounds of 21 gauge, 50 pounds of 24 gauge, 300 pounds of 20 gauge now to use up. 120 pounds of 12 gauge, that's not worth thinking about. TRL empty out some coils from their storage. Nice. Alright, is that... no, we still have this one. And again, 2 additional rings that we don't need on here. Alright, John, that is a lot of rings, buddy. I think you might have a problem. even, okay, before we started like finishing up projects, I don't think I have that many rings total. In that, you know, that weight, that number of rings. Maybe. If you include the shirts I've made, they're, what do you call it? They're pretty heavy. I mean, it's definitely over 100 pounds in rings. Maybe 2. 3 would be stretching it. You have a house, a wire, and 4 kids. You have problems. Hey, Wally, how you doing? Oh, a wife. Okay. It's like, yeah, you're cutting 8,000 rings during this stream. That's a lot of wire. Wally, we are making a dice bag from an attempt at a coif. Okay. There's the bag. There's the start of it anyway. I would like to make it deeper, but I don't have the rings. So we're going to use up the ones that I have. We'll see how far that gets us. This is... well, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to make this a bit deeper, but whatever. Just gonna use up what I have on hand and try and make it look nice. These 16 gauge 1/4 inch rings make a very hefty dice bag. It would not be my first choice. At all. This ring size. I would want something a little bit daintier, but it'll be a nice strong dice bag. Making a blackjack sap Ninja West in disguise as a dice pouch, yeah. Where are you going? Get over there. We're just gonna close up all these and try and make some triangles. Once we get second row from the top, I'm gonna leave a space so we can figure out okay. So I have this space of rings, looks like a 1, 2, 3, looks like it's 4 rings. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that space there, so that way we can probably just add 2 rings to each side and then up into a triangle is what we're gonna try and do. And then we'll run a wire through or a wire, we'll run a cord through and see if it closes up nicely. I just want to leave the spacing there so that once I get to that point, I won't have to go back and like count how many rings around the dice bag is and mark off all my spacing then, you know. So we might completely close it up. We'll get there. You love 16 gauge 1/4 inch. It makes some fantastic Borealis. That would be a weave I would, you know, I have probably seen it and I would know that I had seen it, but I wouldn't have any idea what it was called. As with the bulk of the weaves out there. Those seams seaming up the side of the dice bag. Alright, so I honestly made too many mistakes on this. If we're being honest, I shouldn't have taken off as much as I did, because then I had to go back and put it all back on, right? And it's working out, but that was just bad planning on my part. I could have not taken off as much and looked at where the rings went to make a nice transition from the 45-degree seam to just the Euro 4-in-1 sheet. I should have done that. And so now, like, we could have been done with this, you know, 20 minutes ago. Maybe not, I don't know. But I wish I'd given it a little more thought. But at the end of the day, it's just a simple dice bag to get rid of all the surplus stuff sitting around and make something useful out of it. See here. I do have one shirt in 16-gauge 1/4-inch square wire. It's ridiculously heavy. And then I have another shirt I started, and I have some blackened stainless 16-gauge 1/4-inch that I started a shirt with, and I was going to finish it, but the TRL, they changed something, the way the blackening process went, and then they didn't have them in stock for a long time, and so I decided what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take what I have, and it's a pretty decent size piece of chainmail. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to do accents in regular stainless, kind of like I did with my motorcycle vest. You have almost enough for one per day of the week, but some I would wish to rewear more. I'm assuming you're talking about, like, you almost have enough to wear one piece of chainmail. Oh, shirts. Shirts. Hey, Rick, how you doing? You almost have enough shirts for one day of the week. Nice. I like that goal. I should make that my goal. Let's make 3.5 more shirts, because I already got half of one done. Right. I can do 3.5 more. I have the 3 shirts they were laying on a table or on the carpet or just in the way. And I finally made some displays for them. And now they're hanging up over, there's a little hallway over that way, next to the bar down here in the basement. And they hang out over there, and they look super cool. Let's see. This is like half the size of what I would want to make a dice bag, if we're being honest. That's okay. I will get over it. 12 gauge BA is your favorite. 17 gauge Galvi Analyst vest is your second favorite. Okay. All right. So I take that back. I have. How many? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I have made 5.5 shirts. I have a 14 gauge 3/8 electric fence wire from Home Depot European 6-in-1 shirt that I made in Iraq. Right? And it sits in a box of shame somewhere, and I don't know what to do with it. I suppose I could get rid of it, but it's completely unusable. It's ridiculously heavy, and it was a first attempt, and I didn't know better, right? So I have that. And then I made a 16 gauge 3/16 Trinity. It's kind of a vesty looking thing. And then I made a full sleeve shirt out of 18 gauge 3/16 Trinity. And then I have my 16 gauge 1/4 inch square wire shirt out of Euro 4-in-1. First shirt was Galvi 4-in-1 for full. Yeah, most people, it's Galvi. They make amazing Halloween decor for an undead skeleton. Perfect. I can now bring that shirt out of the box of shame if I can find a skeleton sturdy enough to hold it up. Alright. We're gonna try. And use up the rest of these rings. And they're going quick. I don't have a lot left, and I don't know if I'll be able to finish all of these. Two by 4 old t-shirt. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I can figure it out. First I would have to find the shirt. I think it's actually in the shed in a Foot Locker in the backyard. Okay. I think if I go around the dice bag and raise it up row by row without taking each I don't know what to call it, a pedal, without taking each of these sections all the way out to a point, I think that's probably going to be the most efficient use of what rings I have left. You need to build a display stand to hang them on when not wearing them versus the floor with stuff landing on. Yeah. Definitely build a display. Because it's awesome to have them hanging out there. You know? That's the nice thing about the basement is they're down here, they're out of the way. People come down every now and then and see them. But they're not crumpled up in a pile on the floor, oxidizing your carpet. Okay. You have an old Galvy one that you found in an old house someone wanted cleaned out years ago. Needed some small repairs. Haven't pulled it out in like 4 years. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm 100% content to let it sit in the Foot Locker for the rest of its life, if I'm being honest. And it was the first attempt, and I didn't know better, and this was in 1990 something when I started it. Oh, ooh, my foot's numb. Numb. So, yeah. Euro 6-in-1, European 4-in-1, stainless, and then 2 Trinity stainless, and those are the ones on display, the 3 stainless ones. And then I did do a shirt for a friend of mine. What have I done? Where am I at here? What just happened? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 6. Alright, there we go. And that was strips of GSG sewn together with interwoven 4-in-1. And then for the bra, it was European 4-in-1. That was a good shirt. Probably my most stylistic to date. Excuse me. Oh. Now playing Asymptotic by Parkbird. Okay, sorry Parkbird. This is drowsying. Excuse me. Your goal right now is to get your jersey t-shirts to have for every day of the week. Yeah, mine too. I'm working on it. And then I need to make more. Lots more. I would love to have MailleWerX be my only hustle and not just a side hustle. Maybe snobbish and desiring stainless are better now. Someday titanium. Yeah. I don't blame you for being snobbish. Galvanized steel stinks. Period. It's unpleasant. I know a guy who took the time. He saw cut all the rings, and well, I knew him, and then he shined them all up, and they were very, very pretty, right? But they still stank. You're gonna make another mild steel shirt? Is that just because those are the rings you have on hand? Or is that... Excuse me. If memory serves me correctly, I know a lot of the riveted historical shirts were mild steel. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I am not a historian and I don't pretend to know. Full period riveted? Yeah, okay. That would make sense. That is something I would like to try my hand at. That and anodizing titanium. Just for fun. I don't want to get into producing rings. I'd love to do a tire niobium shirt, but boy, would it be expensive. Yes, it would. You made your own tools for washers and solid rings? Yeah, exactly. I can, you know, practice a little bit and then hone that skill a little bit and get precisely what I want. You do scales rather than rings? I am not a big scales fan. They're cool, don't get me wrong. I don't, well, and maybe, okay, I bought like the scale kit shirt from the Ring Lord many years ago. And they had the split rings with them. And I bought a pair of split ring pliers. And, you know, that was very cumbersome to try and work. It wasn't fast. It was putting split rings on scales is difficult, period. So I was not thrilled with that experience. Scales are neat, but not enough. Plate mail is where you want to see suppliers of. Yeah. Want to hear a funny story? So the whole reason Elisa has liked the stream. Thank you, Elisa. The whole reason I started, well, no, okay, not the whole reason. A big part of the reason I started MailleWerX was so that I could earn money to pay for a forge and anvil so that I could make fun stuff out in my backyard. I am welcome. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And while that has yet to come to fruition, MailleWerX has been far more costly than if I had just gone out and bought a forge and anvil at the time. One day I will get my forge and anvil paid for by MailleWerX. Alright, where are we at here? Okay, I called them petals earlier, and it's kind of, we got 3 of them done. And that's all the rings we have left. So I kind of think that going up like 2 rows at a time was the right decision, because otherwise I don't even know if this will last through the rest of these 3 pedals here. I could count it out, but I'm not going to. So that is what we've gotten done so far. Not bad. It's not, you know, it's not the smallest dice bag in the world by any stretch of the imagination, but it could be more dice baggy, you know. I just don't have the rings to make it deeper, so it is what it is. We will just finish it up as it is and move on to the next project. But with that in mind, we're going to have to finish this tomorrow night. It is 10 o'clock. Put this stuff away. Should come visit you sometime on the bike. Anvil prices are over $6 a pound. Yeah, that's a bit ridiculous. Thanks, Forged in Fire, for starting the Anvil frenzy. There's a Centaur Forge in Burlington, which is about an hour away from me, and they are a farrier supply store, but they have like coal forges and anvils and tongs and all kinds of horseshoes that you could ever want. It's the Warforged dice bag. Warforged or Magic Construct humanoid. Nice. So I go out there every now and then. I drool over their anvils when I can. And one day I will make it a priority to go out there and get one. I am going to buy a propane forge, and I have a few good ideas of what I want to buy, but that's not going to be right now. I've got enough on my plate as it is. Maybe next year. And with that said, thank you everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes and shares and just all of the comments that keep all of this so engaging that a whole hour goes by and I don't even notice it. I do really appreciate it. Be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. You can send you a link on one I got for 155, that Forge Welds. Yeah, do. Send me that other link to that New Hampshire league that you were talking about too. I just want to check it out. But with that said, guys, I have got to get heading towards bed, and I will see you, if not tomorrow night, then Thursday. All right?